Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for this morning, the 23rd of February. Now, just starting off on the weekly, just to highlight something here. So we have a weekly trend line that we have tested again, but look at the moving averages here. So the moving averages are flat at the moment. They're not in a bullish crossover, they're in a bearish crossover. But the important thing here is that they are flat with diversions brewing. So you can see high, higher, high, high, low. Now, yesterday was pretty much a big up and down day. You can see there two range bars, and we are just ranging on 4,000. So, as I've mentioned pretty much all year and most of last year, this 4,000 level is a big psychological level, and the question is, are we going to go above? Are we going to defend it, or are we going to move to the upside? So, from my perspective, there is our actual level, which is this tail, and you can see we are defending it. So that actual level is 39.92, and 4,000. I've got 4,003 here, but that's kind of in this area here. So could be a bit of a trap for people thinking that it's the break of 4,000, so we are now short, or it could really be setting up for a move to the downside. So for me, before I even look at that, I'd want a rejection, and my rejection area is up here at 40.50, as I said yesterday. So reject that, then I would look for an opportunity to move down to 4,000 and then look for the break. But anyway, where we are at the moment, based on yesterday's price action, is nowhere. We are sideways. So what this could be setting up, strong move down, range at a fairly strong level, which typically happens, and then sort of just building up momentum for a bigger break to the downside. You do have this trend line, which I just want to make sure it is correct. Yeah, so it is. It could be a little bit higher. Let's just do this. Bear with me, guys. Just want to make sure we've got this right. A little bit more, because this is going to indicate it's probably right there on that tail. Okay, there we go. So if I zoom back down again, you see we tested there. Not actually exact, but first swing low, second swing low, but it is lining up with that, is lining up with that. So we'll take that. So that's our trend line. Now, if we start dropping below the lows of yesterday, that breaks that trend line, and that is going to get messy. So you look at this on the 8 hour, that is a weekly trend line that we are flirting with right now. Don't like the oscillators as they are now, so that doesn't really bode well for a big fall at the moment. It rather bodes well for a pullback, then a rejection, and possibly another attempt at that level. So dropping down to the hour, you can see yesterday pretty much chaos, and for those of you that are awake this morning, don't even have to tell you what it is, but there is a megaphone formation after a strong move down. That is a consolidation move. Look at my oscillators grouping to the upside. I would argue that we are more than likely going to reject the top end of this and move back down to the bottom of the megaphone. Break to the upside is going to be capped by 40.50, and that would be an area for shorts as far as I'm concerned. A break to the downside is going to violate this trend line that we have here, and that would probably get the bears locked into the market. Just dropping down to the 15-minute, there was nothing yesterday really to write home about. As I said yesterday, I just sit on my hands, which is what we did. And we do have a bit of a crossover here, and we are in between the moving averages. So that is kind of a range setup. For me at the moment, this is still a very clear sit on hands. The only thing that's going to get me short, and going to be a bit of a zone because we've got quite a bit going on here, is a retest of 40.42 or 40.49.8. So call it 40.48 and a 40.42 that is going to be what I'd be looking for. Sorry, that's not 40, 42, probably 40, 41. Yeah, so 40, 41 or 40, 40 to be safe. And then your stop is going to be above these. I'll pick one of these two, maybe that one there. So pick your stop to be above 40.55. So if your stop's at 40.56, that would be perfect. And that is what you're looking for. You're looking for a rejection of that area for a move down. Just be wary of the fact that that does bring you above the moving averages on the 15 minute. Not quite on the hour, but on the 15 minute it does. So anyway, that's the only view that I can see right now is another attempt at this level, at these levels to the downside. But the fact that we're going below and above these levels like this, just indicating that something is brewing. It could break either way. And if I look at the 5 minute, you can see above and below the moving averages on the 5 minute. You don't want to trade that kind of nonsense. We've got a gap to the downside here as well. But we are above the moving averages at the moment with the oscillators grouping to the downside. So don't want to jump in short here. That's definitely not what I want to do. I'd want confirmation, or I'm looking for a break of this megaphone, which is what I'd prefer to see. A break to the upside, and I want to see it capped by this 40-50 area before looking for the opportunities to retest the trend line somewhere down here at 39.80. Okay, that's kind of my view today. If it doesn't move outside of this consolidation pattern, I'm not interested in it. I'll just continue to sit quietly. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.